Yes, people, happy new year and welcome back to Normski TV and another match reaction. Brentford 1, Arsenal 3. And let me say, first of all, I'm just eating some chocolate, some rocher. And happy new year to everybody. But let me just first of all say thank you to those people that have subscribed to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Onwards and upwards. But listen, we're here to talk about Arsenal away to Brentford. And what I'd like to first of all say as well is that it's glaring to see that we are short in attack as well. Listen, no adverts in the side. Apparently, there's a bug that's going around. I don't know what it is, some sickness bug. And so it kept him out of the game. And we start off with our team news. As you can see, Raya obviously starts in goal, Timber at right back, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori starts over Lewis Skelly, Odegaard, Partey, Moreno. Wasn't too sure about that, but we'll come to that. Ethan Manray getting his first start on the right-hand side. Third youngest player, funny enough, to start for Arsenal behind, I think it's Cesc Fabregas and who's the other guy? Theo Walcott. Something like 17 years and 286 days. I think Cesc Fabregas was 17 years and 103 days, and Walcott was 17 years and 212, whatever it is. Something that's what I read. But listen, he makes his start, and to be honest, the only reason why he's starting, if truth be told, is that because Havertz is out with this sickness bug. Trossard obviously is on the bench, so Jesus starts up front and Martinelli starting on the left-hand side. So that was the team news. And on the bench, we had Kivior, Neto, Lewis Skelly, Jorginho, Trossard, Ismail Cabella. I've not heard of him. Apparently, I think he's a winger, apparently, some Dutch winger. Kieran Tierney, Declan Rice, and Bart Simpson, as everybody knows him as, Alexander Zinchenko. 4 left-backs yet again on the bench. And 4 left-backs on the bench. And 1 senior attacking player in Lissandro Trossard. So nothing has really changed, because the last game we had Ethan Manmeri on the bench, but we had Trossard starting. Trossard was Trossard on the bench? I can't remember. Or did Trossard start? Let's remember. Yeah, Trossard was on the right. Yeah, Trossard was on the right or the left. No, Martinelli was on the right, and you had Havertz dropping into midfield and Jesus playing up front. Pretty much played all the attacking players and left Ethan Manmeri in the last game on the bench. But this occasion, as I said, my man wasn't fit to play because he was not well. But listen, let's stop waffling on about that and let's get into the game. Listen, the first 10 minutes of the game, Arsenal looked very good in possession. And, I thought, we're in control of the game. Was dominating possession. And, Ethan Manmeri was doing really well on that right-hand side. And then in the 13th minute, Odegaard, misplaced pass. And, I think it was Damsgaard that I think picked up the ball. Odegaard didn't even try and make a tackle. He just literally ducked out the tackle. And ends up in Mbeumo going down the right-hand side, beating Calafiori and beating Raya to go 1-0 up against us, Brentford going 1-0 up after 13 minutes. And you're thinking, here we go. Oh, boy. I predicted that we was going to win the game, a tight 2-1 win. So I looked at that and I thought, but the way we was playing, because after that, we was just not playing well. Raya looked really, he looked shook, looked shaky. There was one point where a shot was played at him and it went through his hands and he had to pretty much clear it off the goal line. Lucky enough, it didn't go over the line, so the goal line technology didn't come into play. But we could have ended up, going down 2-0. Listen, as the game went on, kind of against the run of play, because as I said, we wasn't playing really well. Timber picks up a yellow card, so that means that he misses the next game against Brighton away, which we play Saturday evening. That simply means that Thomas Partey ends up playing at right back because we do not have any defensive cover over that side. So I don't know how that's all going to play out. We just have to just pray. As I said, guys, we are short, and it's glaring to see that we are short in our attacking front line. And this is the January window that's now open. 1st of January 2025, Arsenal need to be looking at going and getting some attacking cover, especially for the right-hand side, and also a striker. We definitely need that, regardless of whether the fact that, Jesus scores. I think he scored in the, I think it was the 30th minute that he scored, 29th minute. And Bremo, according to here, Bremo was back defending. I think he gives the ball away back to Arsenal in a very dangerous position. Partey takes a shot at goal. He gets, I think he gets saved by the keeper, and then Gabriel Jesus was there at the right place to head the ball in. So we go in at half time and 1-1. But what I will say is that the first half was not good watching, mate. You know what I mean? The best player for me, and a lot of people's, for me personally, I think that Thomas Partey, he was everywhere on that pitch. Coming for the ball deep, showing for the ball, getting, turning and getting the attacks going when he can. The first half, as I said, we was bad, but Partey was the best out of those that particular group of players during that first half. Literally, he was running the show in the first half. We go into the second half, and I'm saying to myself, listen, we cannot come out in the second half playing like this. There's no way. We need to come out on the front foot and take the game to Brentford. And lo and behold, that's what happened. Arteta must have put a rocket up their bums, and literally it was a total different side coming out. In the second half, we was moving the ball a lot quicker, which was good to see. Martinelli playing on that left-hand side. The only thing about Martinelli, he just couldn't beat that right wing back. He just couldn't beat all that right-sided defender or right back. He just couldn't beat him. He couldn't get past him for whatever reason. You're just thinking, bro, we need to score, and we need to score. And then in the 50th minute, Ranieri whips a ball in from the corner. Flecken, I think, comes to punch the ball away, and the goalkeeper, I think he drops it. From what I remember, he drops it, and then Jesus, I think Jesus took a shot in which it was blocked, and then Moreno was there, put his foot through it, and slots the ball in to make it 2-1. And from there on in, we start to be really on the front foot, really playing some good football. Listen, it was definitely a game of two halves, 100% game of two halves. In terms of the way we was playing in the first half, we was totally not at the races. As I said, with our captain, who I think should give the armband to Gabriel Magalhaes. He's got to give the armband to Gabriel Magalhaes, because I don't know, this guy just does not show up, in these games. Yes, there was a nice ball with the outside of his foot that he gave to Martinelli. And again, Martinelli got onto the ball, but it was about beating the defender, which he didn't do. And then, like 3 minutes later, we get the third goal. And this time it was Gabriel Martinelli. Again, Ethan Renry picking up the ball, dribbling with it on the right-hand side. And I like what he's doing on the right-hand side. I think absolutely brilliant the way he drops his shoulder. I think he nutmegged one of the players. And I thought, wow, this guy, absolutely brilliant, fantastic. Crosses the ball, and one of the defenders gets the header away. But Martin was there in his first touch, takes it, bam, and puts it into the back of the net. 3-1. And I'm thinking, brilliant now. We really have now turned up in that second half. And it's good confidence for Martinelli. to get that goal. I think now that's was it 2 goals or 3 goals for Martinelli now in the Premier League. And I think let me just double check that, because sometimes, you know, you say these things, but you kind of want to make sure that you're saying the right thing. So let me just see. Definitely. No, sorry, tell a lie. It's 5 goals in the Premier League. So I was wrong there. 5 goals in the Premier League. It's Gabriel Jesus that's got 3 goals in the Premier League so far. You know, so yeah, he gets the goal, and you know, you're thinking brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This is great. You know, we're really doing well. And you're just wanting to get that 4th goal. And I think at this point, I'm thinking now Arsenal needs to start making some changes. But listen, you know, Mikel Arteta, he doesn't make these changes until late. You know, Brentford make 4 changes at around about the 70th minute mark. You know what I mean? Bringing on 4 players. And I'm thinking, Arsenal, you need to now go and make some changes. I think he didn't make the changes. And if I just go down and look, he didn't actually make the changes until the 78th minute. And the first player that comes in is Lewis Skelly for Ricardo Calafiori, I thought was the worst player, you know, in terms of him playing in defence, not on the pitch. The worst player for me today was definitely Martin Odegaard. He just did not play well. I don't know what it is. Coming back from his injury, the first 2 games of him coming back was good, but after that, he's just not been on his game. Do you know what I mean? He's more busy rubbing snot through his hair and doing his crowd cheering business. You've got to step up as a captain. This is now about the 24th, 25th time now that you've been hooked. It's not good. It doesn't look good for a captain. It doesn't look good for you to be hooked yet again. Trossard comes in for Ethan Manreri. Declan Rice comes on for Moreno, and then Jorginho comes in on the 88th minute for Odegaard. But listen, he played pretty much the game, but he just, for me personally speaking, didn't really have much of an impact in that game. For me, Thomas Partey, I know the man of the match went to Gabriel Jesus. He did work really hard, got his poacher's goal, which is good, bit of confidence for him. But I thought the way Partey performed in that game, breaking up play, starting attacks, literally was box to box. I don't get what Moreno's role is. I don't know if he's a 10, I don't know if he's an 8 or what. He's too slow. He's absolutely too slow. I just call him a doorstop, people. That's what I think he is. I just think he's a doorstop. You know what I mean? That's all he's good for, bro. Do you know what I mean? And for me, you know, we need to have bought better than Moreno, personally speaking. But it's Mikel Arteta's buy. So he wants him. He's going to play him. Do you know what I mean? Because I looked at, you know, the starting lineup and I'm thinking, why is not Rice playing? Has Rice got an injury? Is he still nursing that toe injury? Who knows? But listen, we go on to Brighton on Saturday evening with Timber now out of the side because he's picked up his 5th yellow card, and he ends up missing that game. That means that Thomas Partey is going to end up playing at right back. What should have happened in this game is that he should have taken off Thomas Partey a lot earlier, brought on Jorginho. We're controlling the game, but he decides to leave on Partey. And then, you know, takes him off later on in the game. Sometimes I don't get what Arteta does. He likes to run players well into the ground. But look, you know, we've gone to Brentford. We've got the win. It was definitely a game of 2 halves. It was definitely a game of 2 halves because the first 10 minutes was good. After that, mate, we were just all over the shop. You know what I'm saying? And the worst player on that pitch for me was our captain, Martin Odegaard. He needs to start turning up in decisive games and impacting the games. He's meant to be our creative player. But today, I'm looking at Ethan Manreri. Today, I'm looking at Thomas Partey. Those were the ones that were really doing the creative spark for me. Do you know what I mean? And listen, we need now to go. It's a great win. We're now currently 6 points behind Liverpool. By the time Liverpool plays, if we do beat Brighton, we will be 3 points behind them, but they will have 2 games in hand. But we have to then put some kind of pressure on them. So let's see what happens going forward. It's a good win away. I thought going away to Brentford, it was going to be tough. They have not, you know, lost a lot of games at the G-Tech Stadium, but we've gone there, and I said it was a game of 2 halves where we were terrible in the first half, but we came correct in the second half. But let me tell you, people, there's a glaring problem. We need to get attacking players in this January transfer window. If we don't, You've seen the situation with Kai Havertz being out with illness, yeah, and we only have one recognised attacking player. In this case, it was Trossard. The rest were defenders and what you call it, defensive midfielders on that bench. It's just not good enough for a team in 2024. You cannot be going into a game with just one attacker. Apparently, Sterling should be back at some point. It's not fared bad about his knee injury, but they put this out there to ease us. But listen, we need to sort it out. Go on and get attacking players in January. There's no excuses. There's Gokeres, there's Osterman. Break the transfer budget. Go and break their contract thing and go in and get the release calls done. Yeah, I'm waffling on now, right now, people. I'm waffling on. Get that release contract and say, oh, right, we're going to do it now. We're going to put the money down and trigger that release. That's what I'm really trying to say. I think I've had a bit too much of this. But listen, people, take care, and I'll see you on the next match reaction. Come on, you Gooners. We win this game 3-1. Let's go. Take care.